Hello everyone, it's Emma and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another brand review. We are comparing 5 different zero-waste deodorants. This is a video that's been a long time in the making because I didn't plan on doing this video. I only bought 2 of these and then over time, 3 more brands gifted me deodorants and I'm like, wait, now I have 5 different deodorants. I should do a video. If you're new here, you haven't seen one of my brand reviews yet, I love doing them this way, finding 3, 4, 5, 6 different types of the same product and comparing them head to head. In the past, I've done 3 laundry reviews now comparing all these different brands. I've compared various different brands of period underwear, stain remover bars, and so forth. If you would like to watch more brand reviews, you can check out this playlist. Let's see. So the ones I bought myself were Tom's of Maine and Hey Humans, and then the ones that were gifted to me were Native, One Eco Store, and Eco Roots. I'm very excited too. This one was the only deodorant cream. The rest, as you can see, were in paper. We are going to be talking about pros, cons, do they work, as well as cost. Well, I'll be putting the cost on the screen because I don't have it pulled up right now. We're gonna start with my least favorite, and that is Hey Humans. I was kind of surprised by that. I've heard lots of good things about this. And listen, there's nothing wrong with the deodorant itself. The issue I have is with the tube. First off, really hard to get off. Second, here's a little close up. As you can see, the cardboard tube is falling apart. Like it's literally just breaking apart all the way around. And I think that's because it's a little bit too wide for this to fit on comfortably. So every time I put the cap back on, it peels and peels and peels. It's really kind of a mess. And then I don't know if you can tell as well. Yeah, you can. It's like kind of chunky, gritty, the deodorant texture. So very interesting. The scents they have are great. I love them and it works really well. I don't have a problem with the actual deodorant, but like, look, I can't. There it is. Ugh. It just doesn't fit. Some other great things about this though, it is cruelty-free and vegan and of course made from paper, meaning it can be composted, and if it's relatively clean, you can recycle it as well. But because this one is covered in smushed deodorant because it's too big, this one's gonna have to be composted. It's also aluminum free, paraben free, made with essential oils, not artificial fragrances. It's dermatologist tested, which is nice. And then I like this as well because it is accessible, meaning you can drive to your local Target and probably find this, which I think is really great. And I'm quite confident this is definitely one of the cheaper ones. Again, we will have the price right here for comparison. Great product, but they do need some packaging work. Moving on to my second least favorite, and that is the Eco Roots deodorant cream. Again, a great product. I think it works. I really don't like the deodorant cream. Not really. Like, I will use this. I don't hate it that much. It's just kind of awkward. Not the biggest fan. As well as, they probably have other scents. I'm going to look on their website and see if they have other scents. I'll leave them for you right here. But this one is coconut scented, which I think coconut is like really nice for a lotion or a body wash, but deodorant I think is kind of weird. Because like now when I sweat, I'm gonna smell like coconut, which like obviously isn't bad. It's just kind of weird. I think this is great because it does come in glass, meaning it is fully recyclable or reusable. This one is also no parabens, no phthalates, no sulfates, no aluminum, no animal testing, no baking soda, no alcohol. I think this is a great option because a lot of deodorants do have baking soda in them, and some people are allergic to baking soda, some people are just sensitive to baking soda. So if you are looking for a baking soda free option, this is great. Hey Humans is made with baking soda. Also, I was just reading the directions right now. It says to use a pea-sized amount, but I found that to cover the entire surface area of my armpit, I did need a little bit more than that. Maybe I was just using it too much, not spreading it in well enough. But I'm gonna keep giving it a try, keep seeing if I end up liking it more. I haven't used it as much as the others. Unfortunately, I got this one pretty recently. What's up? It's me editing the video. I just wanted to say I have gotten much more used to the deodorant cream. I've been using it for a couple weeks now as I've recorded this. Is it my favorite? No, but I do want to say I like it way more than I initially thought, and I just wanted to make that clear. I think once you get over like the rubbing it on your armpits factor, it becomes a lot less weird. Another great thing I just saw in here is it is made in small batches in Arizona, meaning it is made relatively locally to me, and being in small batches, that means they're not having any go to waste. These next 3 pretty much tied for first. I don't have any issues with any of these, but there is one thing that sets the #1 brand apart, and we'll get to that in a second. So number 3 for me is One Eco Store. Like I said, nothing really wrong with this deodorant. Here, I think this is a great example of why this tube works better than this tube. This cap is so small. This cap is like the entire thing. So this smaller cap ensures it goes on easier. As you can see, there's no tearing or it's not falling apart. I find this one also pushes up really well, which is a thing that I critique them on too, is if it's too difficult to push up, then it's just not enjoyable using it. This scent was also a little bit weird for me as a deodorant. It was apple sage. Like, it smells fantastic. Again, would make a really great body wash, but just kind of weird as a deodorant, I think. It works really well. This one is also baking soda free, vegan, and aluminum free if you're looking for all that stuff. I think I already mentioned it. All these ones besides the paste come in paper, meaning they can be composted or recycled if it is clean enough. As you can see, this one is kind of greasy, so this one is definitely the oiliest one, meaning it probably will be the hardest to recycle. So if you have compost, definitely compost this instead. I used this for a long time and I never noticed I was smelly throughout the day. I think this lasted a really long time. And then I guess something else to note, I do live in Vegas, meaning in the summer it is constantly over 100 or 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Was that like 42 degrees Celsius-ish? So I sweat a lot. I'm also just typically a pretty sweaty person. I hike a lot too. I do a lot of outdoor activities, and this one constantly worked. I would definitely buy this product again. Moving on to number 2. It's so hard. I think number 1 and number 2 are actually tied, but number 2 is Tom's of Maine. This one is another one that is very easily accessible, like probably more accessible than Hey Humans, because I've only ever seen Hey Humans at Target. Tom's of Maine, I've seen it at Walmart, at Sprouts, at Target. I've seen it when I was in Japan. This has been my zero waste deodorant for a long time because it was the only one I had available when I lived in Japan. This one is great. Again, comes in paper with this little tiny cap, and this cap, it's like a little loose, meaning it comes off and goes back on very easily, but obviously like it's still secure. Oh, maybe not. No, it's not that secure. So don't store it upside down. And then this one too, again, goes up really easily. This one is probably the best maneuverability. If you do struggle with things like that, this is a great option. It doesn't take much strength to push it up. This one is also plastic free and aluminum free. This one is not vegan though. It does have beeswax, but there's no animal testing, so it is cruelty free, as well as this is baking soda free. It doesn't list that on the front of the box. This is the only one I'm seeing so far that has been made with palm oil. Yeah, the rest of these don't have palm oil in them. So if that's something you're looking for as well, to avoid palm oil, you should probably avoid this, which is unfortunate. If you'd like to hear my thoughts on palm oil, I do have a video about it. I have mixed feelings about it, to say the least. I'm not totally against palm oil. It's not harmed with good practices. Anyway, what else was I gonna say? Oh, it's a certified B Corp. Having a third-party certification like B Corp, 1% for the planet, something like that is a great thing for companies to have, because that means they're not just saying they're eco-friendly, they're actually being proven to be eco-friendly, which I really enjoy. It's made in Kennebunk. I love Maine. And then as it says on the front, 48-hour protection. That is insane. But I believe it. This stuff I put on, and sometimes I forget to put it on the next day because I'm still not smelly. It really does last a long time. Because it is made with palm oil as the first ingredient, it does feel a little bit oily, but it doesn't look oily, and I don't feel oily. Like, I don't feel oily. It just feels oily when I'm putting it on. That being said, it does glide on really well, and I think this would work really well in a cold environment, because I know some deodorants get kind of hard when it's a cold environment. And lastly, number 1, rather 0.5, because Tom's was also a number 1. And that is Native, which I've recently learned that they are owned by P&G. Which, if you don't know much about P&G, they are one of these, it's like a pseudo monopoly. They own everything, and they're a big, wasteful, polluting company. And so it's really sad when I see eco companies like these being bought and produced by P&G, meaning that when you buy Native, you're supporting that wasteful company. So that is really unfortunate. But something I really love about Native is how they really took consumer voice and changed their product. If you didn't know, several years ago, Native only came in plastic tubes. And so many people in the eco space were like, we love your product, we love how it's eco-friendly, make it in cardboard and it'll be more eco-friendly. And they did. Now it comes in cardboard. And the thing that sets this off over the edge for me for Tom's is the shape. It is still shaped like a normal deodorant. I'm at the very end of it, so it's kind of falling out. That is definitely the downside to deodorants in paper, is they do fall out very easily when they're on the bottom. But as you can see, it's the shape of regular deodorant, meaning you only have to do one swipe on your armpit. With these, you kind of have to do multiple swipes to get the whole surface area, which is fine. It's just a little awkward. This goes on so easy. Again, this cardboard tube fits really well, comes off very easily. And I don't recall, and since it's so high up, I can't really test it anymore, but I don't remember having any big issues pushing this one up either. It wasn't like stuck or anything. This one is also paraben free and aluminum free, but this one does have baking soda. So Hey Humans and Native have baking soda, while One Eco Store, Tom's of Maine, and Eco Roots do not have baking soda, if that's important to you. Now I just saw something sketchy on here too. They have fragrance, which I really hate. There's actually another brand of deodorant and paper that I tried like 2 or so years ago when I was in Japan that gave me a rash. And it was so bad, I'm like, you know, maybe let me just test. I tested it on my arm too, and my arm broke out. And I was allergic to none of the ingredients, but on their ingredient list, they had fragrance. So I was probably allergic to that mystery fragrance. So that's why I really don't like that. Obviously, no one really likes that. You know, that being said, them being owned by P&G, maybe Tom's is my actual fave. Whatever. These two I love. I also love One Eco Store. Highly recommend these. And again, Hey Humans, great product, not very good packaging. And if you like deodorant paste, this is a great product as well. There's products here for everyone. All of these have very different fragrances as well. I think Native might have like man scents, as if scents are gendered, but I know Tom's definitely has like manly scents. If you are trying to get your partner, your parents, your brothers, whatever, into eco living, they do have scents for men as well. But overall, I would recommend any of these products. I think they are all fantastic. I know Native is one of the more expensive ones, and I will leave shopping links down below for you guys. But that's all that I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. I hope that you enjoyed this review. Again, be sure to check out my most recent brand reviews in that playlist up here. And if you enjoyed this video, you found any value in it, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with others, and if you have any ideas for products you want to see me review on the channel, leave them down below. Again, I like to do several of the same product from different brands and compare them head to head like we did today. So things like the last swab, that's like the only product available, or stasher bags. I mean, I could compare different silicone bags just for one example. But again, let me know what reviews you want to see down below. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I talk about all sorts of things 0 ways, focusing on free, easy, and fun ways to live low waste and practical ways to be an activist. And would love to have you part of the channel. But again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. And until next time, remember that your small actions have a big impact in the long run. Bye, guys. Let me just double check before My heart rate, I don't think it's dropped below 100 all day. I can't get a deep enough breath to not be out of breath. And then the only thing that I might touch on this. I think I'm getting ahead of past self.